Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Joey Angel, and I've been on this vendetta for quite some time now, and it's getting to a point that it's getting out of hand. Like, I can't be having people like Andrew um, sending me stupid gifts to my address, stalking my address, when in hindsight, it's all about wrestling. I know I've been on this vendetta about bullying, and I think I've got that point across very, very well. Um, all I can pray is that you learn from all of this, and all I can pray is that Shark learns from all of this. Vince Russo, on the other hand, there's a reason you got fired by Dixie Carter, Vince McMahon, Eric Bischoff, is because you are not meant for this industry. Hell, I can't even tell you if I'm meant for this fucking industry, but I grew up and I fell in love with wrestling, and all I wanted to be was a wrestler. Because you know what? They were like the larger than life, real life superheroes, and it's always a good dream to follow. But when it gets to a point that you get into shows and you're very jaded, and you idly seeing all this trouble happen, it's time to step aside. It's time to move on to something better and bigger. And yeah, I will pop up at Schwa, and I will pop up at NHBW, and I will pop up at EPW, because although I want to see the blood of AEW on my hands, the main goal that I had is to educate the rookies and educate the younger people in this industry, and that's what I want to maintain, and that's what I want to emphasize on, is the fact that it's going to take a very, very long process for that to happen. Jack Bonza put up a post not long ago from over east talking about some people giving him heat about the way he runs his training, that he's hardcore, and there's a difference between disciplining and making sure that they understand how hard of a sport wrestling is, and training them in the correct fashion, as opposed to taking a kid's dream and crushing him, which is essentially what AEW has done. Again, I never claim to be perfect. I have made some horrible mistakes in my life, and if this can be a way for me to make up for them, so be it. But you know what? That's my news to bear. It's no one else's fucking burden to carry. It's my burden to carry. You know, there's been a lot of talk. This could be kayfabe. This could be a storyline, and it's again, unfortunately, it's not. But my point's proven when you're sending me bags of dicks, and when you're sending me little childish flutes, but you can't actually confront the situation, and you can't actually publicly acknowledge the situation. You can see the underlying issue there. You can see that clearly there is something there to hide. There is truth to everything I say. You know, you can cower in a corner and play Chinese whispers, or you can actually be a man and come out and act like a man. I've tried diplomacy. I've been extremely angry in some of these videos because a lot of this stuff has really aided me for years. You know, I've taken every single angle to try and get you to respond, and you won't respond. And you know what, I'm not going to condone some of the things I've done, like in regards to the way I've handled some of this, but I'm also not going to regret it, because it's very, very important that the people see this, and you people see this, and of course you can't have everyone love you. As Kurt Cobain once said, I'd rather be hated for everything I am than loved for something I'm not. And I stand by that, and I live my life by that. But my grandmother also turned around and said to me that every passing second is just another chance to change everything around. And I also live by that. So a word to the wise for the rookies, for the young people that don't know any better coming up through this industry. Make sure that you support local wrestling. Make sure you actually earn respect. And this is the thing, like I threw myself under the bus and I'm perfectly happy to do that. But I think you're missing the reason why I threw myself under the bus. And I threw myself under that bus to save you from having to deal with the things that myself and a lot of others have had to deal with in the past. You know, it's a bitter pill to swallow, but I will not endorse the way AEW have treated people and the way Andrew Carter and Brad Davis have treated people. I will not endorse that. And you know, does that make me look like a bad guy? Sure, to some people maybe it does, but in ultimate hindsight, they never thought this stuff would ever be released, and they never thought it would be let out, and hence their take of playing Chinese whispers, hence their take of talking to fans behind closed doors just because they don't want them listening to me. They get their say in. But if you're gullible enough to believe them, that's not my problem. It's not my problem. All I can do is save the people that want to be saved. And all I can do is say that look, there are fantastic companies. You got your PWAs, you got your Riot City, you got your Snake Pit, MCW, you've got EPW, you've got NHPW, you've got Wrestle Rock. We can keep going. There is a plethora of fantastic industries that would take you in and train you correctly. You know, and it does take hard work to do that. You can't just expect to walk in and be Arnold Schwarzenegger in fucking 2 days. Here I'm going to take the high road, and I will still keep doing videos, but I'm going to do them in a different fashion. But what I have to say to Andrew Carter, and JC Blade, and every other motherfucker who sits there and lives in this little cult world that you've built that believes that AEW is the be-all and end-all. It is not the be-all and end-all, and you'll get yours, you know? You've got enough. But when daddy pays for your company and you work retail, you can't claim to be a wrestler, and you can't steal Lance Storm's gimmick, and you can't sit there and try and get people to or people that were my friends, you can't turn around and try and get them to message me attempting to get through to me because you're too cowardice to do it yourself. I've given you every out, and I've given you every opportunity. And every day that goes by that you don't do this, it makes you look bad. But I'm not going to get angry about this anymore. I just think you need to take a long, hard look at yourself in the mirror before you start throwing stones, buddy. Because what you've done is wrong. It is wrong, mate. And I know you're going to sit there and you're going to have your little nervous laugh because you're too scared to be a human being, and I think you've forgotten what being a human being is about. And I know you're going to sit there and you're going to probably send me another package, which, you know what? Go for it, man. You're just sending me gifts, really. Like, one of my friend's kids, they enjoyed that accordion. My daughter, she loved the scrapbooking kit. And the bag of dicks, I should send that right back to you, but you know what? Either way, I already opened the packet, so bit awkward there. At some point, this is going to fall down on you. And you can pay for all the WWE guys you want. And you can use all your politics. You can lie. You can cheat, and you can steal. But at the end of the day, the good people will rise above and persevere, mate. And I will be back, but not in AEW. Because AEW is the Saddam Hussein of wrestling. Dictating but dodgy. Yeah, I've lost friends because of this. But I have to justify it through telling you what I've told you. I have to justify it because it doesn't make me a worse person for trying to educate and defend people. Again, if it does, so be it. I really could care less at this moment. Either you're with me or you're against me, because at this stage, if you're going to be that blind, that you can't see what's going on, what's happened, if you're that blind that you want to ruin a career before it started, then I can't help you anymore. But there is no excuse for bullying and concocting a company, running a company, and writing your own card to make yourself look good, whilst feeding off all the people that bust their asses to support you, that hurt their bodies to support you, and you expect that of them. That's not a fair deal. So take it as you will, but at the end of the day, you'll never win this battle. So, fuck you.